Hello students, welcome to the 8th lecture on the topic differential equation. So in this lecture, we will cover up homogeneous second order differential equations with constant coefficient, and then we will describe Cauchy-Euler differential equation. So let's see how to deal with the second order differential equation with constant coefficients. You must have remembered that in the previous lecture, what we have done, that we know one solution and we found the unknown solution. But in this, we will see how we can find out both the solution if no solution is known, and we will describe the particular case when we will have the constant coefficient. So I'll just write down the heading to find out both the solutions and finding the general solution of homogeneous second order differential equation. So as I have told you, I will describe the homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficient. So here we are considering the equations that are of the form y double dash plus p y dash and q y is equal to 0, and where p and q are constant. So we will see how we can find out the solution of these type of differential equations. So firstly I will describe a theory and then we will do few examples. So to find out the solutions of such differential equation, what we do, we assume y is equal to e to the power mx. Okay, so I'll call this as equation number 2. So we consider that this is the solution of our given differential equation. Now what we do, we find out the suitable choices of m. So here what we do, we assume y is equal to e to the power mx is the possible solution of this equation number 1, and we find the suitable choices of m, that is this value. So let us see how to find out the solution. So first of all, what we will do, we will differentiate this equation number 2. So we are getting this, and then again differentiating, what we are getting, we will get this. So it is very simple function and its differentiation is very easy. So now what we have to do, we have to put these values in equation number 1. So I'll just write, so putting what we are getting m square plus mp plus q into e to the power mx is equal to 0. Now you observe this equation and you see that this quantity is never equal to 0. Therefore, what will happen? This quantity will be equal to 0. So I'll just write it down. So this equation 3 is called as an auxiliary equation or the characteristic equation of the homogeneous differential equations of second order with constant coefficient. So now you can see that if you solve this equation number 3, since it is a quadratic equation, so you know that you can find out the solution of for m, that is you will get minus p plus minus p square minus 4q divided by 2. So this implies your first root will be, take it as positive, and second we will take it as negative. So this is my m2. So these are what? These are the roots of the auxiliary equation 3. So now we will see 3 cases. So these are the values of m for which y is equal to e to the power mx is the solution of 1. So what we will do is that we will look for the 3 cases where p square minus 4q is greater than 0, when p square minus 4q is equal to 0, and when p square minus 4q is less than 0. So we will discuss these 3 cases. So the first case is if the roots of auxiliary equation, I'll write auxiliary equation as A in the short form, so are real and distinct, that is p square minus 4q is greater than 0. Say it as m1 and m2, because if this is greater than 0, you can clearly observe that you will get two different values of m1 and m2. So if this portion is greater than 0, then we will have real and distinct root. So in that case, the solutions of our homogeneous differential equation 1 will be y is equal to e to the power m1x and y2 is equal to e to the power m2x. So now you can check that these two solutions are linearly independent, because if we find that these both are linearly independent, then what will be our general solution? C1 y1 plus C2y2. So you can easily check by finding out the Roskian. So what is the Roskian? It's wy1 y2 is equal to e to the power m1x e to the power m2x m1 e to the power m1x m2 e to the power m2x, right? So this is equal to m2 minus m1 into e to the power m1 plus m2 into x, which is not equal to 0 for every x. Now since this Roskian is not equal to 0 for every x, so therefore y1 and y2 are linearly independent. So why we are doing? We are just confirming that okay, this y1 and y2 are linearly independent. So what we can do, we can write the journal solution. So I'll just write down, hence the journal solution of the homogeneous differential equation. You can write, if the roots of auxiliary equations are real and distinct, m1 comma m2 is, let me write, this is yg c1 e to the power m1x plus c2 e to the power m2x. So I hope this thing is clear. I'll call this as equation number A. That means that if we find that the roots are distinct, so what will be our solution? You can write it directly. You don't have to do all these things, just you have to find out the roots of the auxiliary equations, and if they come out to be real and distinct, you will directly write down that your general solution will be c1 into e to the power m1x, which is one of the root, and c2 e to the power m2x, which is the another root. So now let us discuss the other case where your p square minus 4q is equal to 0. So case 2, if roots of auxiliary equations are real and equal. So I will say this as m1 equal to m2 equal to m. That is, this is equal to 0. Then only you will find out that you are getting the equal roots. If this value is equal to 0, then you will get the two roots which have the same value, say it as m. So we are now in position to discuss this case. So now you can easily observe that what are you getting? You are getting one of the solution, that is y1 is equal to e to the power mx. But if you write e to the power mx, y2 is equal to e to the power mx as second solution, it will not give you the general solution because these two are linearly dependent. So you will find out the second solution if you have already studied that if one solution is known, how can you find the other solution which is linearly independent? So by that theory, if you apply, which we have done in the previous lecture, that one solution is known and other solution you want to know which is linearly independent, so that you can write out the journal solutions, you will find out that the second solution is coming out to be x into e to the power mx. It is very easy. You can calculate that this is coming out to be the value of vx. This x is Vx, and you have already seen how to calculate Vx, or if one solution is known, how to find out the other solution. So your Yg in this case will be given by c1 e to the power mx plus c2 x into e to the power mx. Remember that these two solutions should be linearly independent. So this c1 plus c2x e to the power x will be our general solution for the case when we solve the auxiliary equation and we get both the roots are repeating. Now we will discuss the case when this value is less than 0. So we have already seen that this is equation number A. I'll give this as equation number B, and then we will move forward to case 3. If roots of auxiliary equation are complex, you can say m is equal to a plus minus ib. That is, m1 is a plus ib and m2 is a minus of ib. That means that you are talking about this case where p square minus 4q is less than 0. Then what you are getting, two solution of 1, that is equation, your differential equations 1 are e to the power m1x, that is e to the power a plus ib, that is equal to e to the power ax into e to the power ibx, that is equal to e to the power ax cos of bx plus I sin bx. Okay, now the second solution will be e to the power a minus ib x, which is equal to e to the power ax into e to the power minus ibx, which is equal to e to the power ax into cos of bx minus I sin bx. Now, since we are interested only in the solution that are real valued function, what we can do, we can add these equations. So I'll just write down that are real valued functions. What we can do, we can add these two equations. This is I calling as equation number 1. This is my equation number 2. So you can see that if I add these two equations and I divide by 2, and if I subtract these two equations and I divide by 2i, I'll obtain these two solutions. E to the power, I'll obtain these two solutions, and I'll call this as y1 and this as y2. So you can easily check that these both are solutions of the differential equation 1, and these are linearly independent. So what will be our general solution in this case? So general solution in this case, which I am writing as yg, so general solution in this case is given by e to the power ax into c1 cos of bx plus c2 sin of bx. So I'll say this as equation number C. Okay, so these are the three cases, and now we will move on to solving the problem using this theory. So let us write down example number 1. So the question is, find the general solution of this differential equation. So for solving this, what you need to do is that consider y is equal to e to the power mx be the solution of this differential equation 1. Now what you will find out? You will find out y dash. This is coming out to be m e to the power mx, and y double dash is coming out to be m square e to the power mx. Okay, so put the values of these y dash and y double dash in equation number 1. So we get what we are getting. We are getting 2m square minus of 4m plus 8 e to the power mx is equal to 0, and therefore the auxiliary equation is 2m square minus 4m plus 8 equal to 0. Now if you solve this, this implies that m is, you are getting the imaginary or complex root. Okay, so this is the case 3. So what you will do, you will see case 3, and here you can see that your real part is this and imaginary part is written over here. This is your real part and this one is your imaginary part. So here you will find out your real part is 1 and imaginary part is 3. So simply you will write down your yg as, so your general solution is yg equal to e to the power, your a value is 1. So I'll write x, that is 1 into x, c1 cos of b. In place of b, that means imaginary part, you are getting under root 3 plus c2 sine of under root 3x. So you can easily see that this is the imaginary part of the root, and this one here, it is the real part. So this is the general solution for the second order differential equation, this second order differential equation with the constant coefficients. Now let us do another example. So I'll just write down the question, find the general solution of this differential equation. I'll again call it as equation number 1. So how will you solve it? Again, let y is equal to e to the power mx be the trial solution of 1. So now putting the values of, again, y dash, you will calculate y dash, y double dash, and putting the values of all, what will you obtain? You will obtain 4m square minus 12m plus 9 into e to the power mx is equal to 0, and this implies that auxiliary equation is what? 4m square minus 12m plus 9 equal to 0. Now solving it, what we are getting? We get two repeating roots, right? This is equal roots. So what this comes under case 2, where you have seen that if you have two equal roots, then what will be your yg? So yg will be c1 plus c2x into e to the power mx, and here m is what? 3 by 2. So this will be your general solution in the case when you have the equal roots. Okay, in the previous example you have the complex root, so it falls under case 3 and this falls under case 2. So this will be the general solution for this problem. Now we will do the one more example for case 1. Obtain the general solution of the differential equation y double dash plus 4y dash minus 5y equal to 0. So let us see. So here again we will let y is equal to e to the power mx be the trial solution of 1. Then putting the values of y dash and y double dash, what you will get? M square plus 4m minus 5 into e to the power mx is equal to 0. Now this implies that your auxiliary equation is m square plus 4m minus 5 is equal to 0. Now if you solve this, solving, what you are getting? You are getting two roots, that is m is coming out to be 1 and minus 5. These are real and distinct. So what will be your yg in this case? Your yg will be equal to c1 m1x, that is your this, and c2 m2x, that is this. You can easily see that here we have two distinct and real roots. So this falls under case 1. So this is m1x, like m1 is 1, so this is m1x and this is m2x. So this will be your general solution for this differential equation. Now we will find the general solutions of homogeneous differential equations that are of Cauchy-Euler form. So let us write down the Cauchy-Euler differential equation. Okay, so the general form of the nth order Cauchy-Euler differential equation is given by a naught xn yn plus a1 xn minus 1 yn minus 1 plus an minus 1 x y dash plus an y is equal to rx, where all your a naught, a1 till an are constants. Now here we will describe only the second order differential equation. So the second order Cauchy-Euler differential equation is given as a naught x square y double dash plus a1 x y dash plus a2 y equal to 0. So this is your second order Cauchy-Euler differential equation, and we are interested in finding the solution of this type of differential equation. Now you can see that here there is an x square which is multiplied with y double dash, and here is x multiplied by y dash. If it is not there, it is simply the second order homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficient. So in the Cauchy-Euler, it's the add-on that you find this coefficients multiplied with y double dash and y. So let us see how we can solve this type of differential equation. So I'll just write down the heading: method to solve Cauchy-Euler second order homogeneous differential equations. So in this type of problem, what we do, we make a substitution. What is the substitution? We put x is equal to e to the power z, and what does this imply? This implies z is equal to ln of x. So I'll give this as equation number, since I have given this as equation 1 as 2, I'll give this as equation 3, this as equation number 4. So if I differentiate this equation number 4, what will I get? I'll get dz by dx is equal to 1 by x. So again I'll give this one equation number, that is equation number 5. Okay, so let's see. Now what we want to find out is dy by dx, and then we are going to substitute. So by applying the chain rule, what is the value? So this is equal to, since you have already found out this as from equation number 5 that it is 1 by x, so I'll just write using 5. Okay, so this is the value of dy by dx, and you can see that from this it implies that x dy by dx is equal to dy by dz. So this is one equation, that is we can substitute it, and I'll say this as equation number 6. So now we are going to find out the value of d square y by dx square. So this is nothing but this, and here you have already find out dy by dx over here as this. So I'll just use it over here that dy by dx is 1 by x dy by dz. Okay, so now if you see, it is equal to 1 by x square dy by dz plus 1 by x d by dx dy by dz. You have differentiated once this first and then leave out this, and then you are differentiating this leaving out this. So here we will apply the chain rule to solve this differential. This will become plus 1 by x. Again I'm applying chain rule, and you can see what you are getting. You are getting this because dz by dx you have already found out is 1 by x. Okay, so putting value over here, and this is coming out to be this. So finally what you are getting, this implies that x square d square y by dx square, if you take dx square common and if you multiply over here, you are getting this is equal to d square y by dz square minus dy by dz. This is again a substitution. So I'll call this as equation number 7. Now just see, you have to put these values. This 6, the value of equation number 6, and the value of equation number 7. You can see that here this is x, you will replace this much x dy by dx by equation number 6, and you will replace this much x square here, x square d square y by dx square with this, and you will get the equation with the constant coefficient, and you will solve in the same manner which you did earlier. And finally what you will do, you will substitute what you have started with. Like after you are getting the end, you will substitute your z with ln x. So let's see what will happen if we substitute equation number 7 and 6 in our differential equation. Here you can see that the independent variable has changed to z from x. So your solution, firstly you will write in form of z, and in the place of z at the end you will replace this substitution. So we will do this more clear with the help of few examples. So let us do few examples. So this is your example number 1. Find the general solution of 2x square y double dash plus x y dash minus 6y equal to 0. So I'll call this as again as equation number 1. Now you can clearly see that this is of the Cauchy-Euler form because you are getting this and this. So clearly it is a Cauchy-Euler differential equation of second order. So what you will do, you will let x is equal to e to the power z, and this implies z is ln x, and you will substitute, that is as you have done earlier, dy by dx is equal to dy by dz, and x square d square y by dx square will be substituted by this. This we have already found out. Now what you will do, you will substitute these values. I'll call this as equation 2 and equation 3. So putting the values of 2 in 1, what you are getting, you will get 2 into, I'll write this in the next page, you are getting 2 into d square y by dz square minus dy by dz plus dy by dz minus of 6y equal to 0. So this is simplified as 2d square y by dz square minus dy by dz minus 6y equal to 0. Hence for this auxiliary equation, now this is, you can easily solve this because it has been converted into the homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficient. Now you can see here we have only the constant coefficient. This is 1 and all the coefficients are constant over here, right? So they are easy to solve. So what we are going to do is that find out the auxiliary equation, and the auxiliary equation is given by 2m square minus m minus 6 equal to 0, and this implies that value of m is coming out to be this. So these are real and distinct. So in the case of real and distinct, what is the general solution? So what is my yg? It will be c1 e to the power minus 3 by 2x plus c2 e to the power. It will be not x, just remember, because this is now we are solving in z. Our independent variable has changed to z. So I'll write over here z, and here I'll write 2z. Now my final answer will be in x. Remember that I have to convert this z into variable x, because our original question was in x and y. Okay, so now you have substituted, you have converted this x into z. So the final answer will be yg is equal to c1 x to the power minus 3 by 2 plus c2 x square, since x is e to the power z. So you can easily see that your final answer will be this. Let us solve another problem. Example 2. Obtain the general solution of x square y double dash minus 5x y dash plus 13y equal to 0. I'll again call this as equation number 1. And for solving this, again what you have to do, you have to let the substitution x is equal to e to the power z, and this implies that z is equal to ln x. Okay, so what you have this substitution. We have already proved that how we are getting all this, and x square d square y by d x square is coming out to be d square y by d z square minus dy by dz. Now putting this value, I'll call this as second and third. Okay, so now putting this value of second and third in equation number 1. Okay, I'll put both of these values in equation number 1. So what we are getting? We are getting d square y by dz square minus dy by dz minus of 5 dy by dz plus 13y equal to 0. And this implies that d square y by dz square minus 6 dy by dz plus 13y is equal to 0. And therefore the auxiliary equation, since now it is converted into the second order homogeneous equation with the constant coefficient, so auxiliary equations is m square minus 6m plus 13 equal to 0, and this implies that the value of the roots are 3 plus minus 2i. So we are getting the complex root for this. So this is case number 3. So what will be our yg? Yg will be e to the power the imaginary part, e to the power, that is 3 of x. So now what will be the general solution? It will be e to the power 3 of z. Okay, this is the real part, so we will write it over here, and c1 cos of 2z plus c2 sine of 2z. Okay, so again what we have to do, we have to change this variable z into variable x, as our original question was in x and y. So by putting the values, what I'll get this, since my x was e to the power z. So I make the substitution and write down the final answer. So this will be your final answer for the differential equation this. So now I'll discuss another form of Cauchy-Euler second order homogeneous differential equation. So I'll just write that if the homogeneous differential equation is given in form a naught a x plus b square d square y by dx square plus a1 ax plus b into dy by dx plus a2y equal to 0, call it as equation number 1, then it can be reduced into the homogeneous differential equation with constant coefficient by taking the substitution. I'll just write what will be the substitution. We have to consider this, and I call it as equation number 1, and this implies that z is equal to, using the earlier methodology, what we can find out, that our ax plus b into dy by dx is equal to a dy by dx, and ax plus b square d square y by dx square is equal to a square d square y by dz square minus dy by dz. So call this as equation number, okay, call this as equation number 2. This is my equation number 3. This is my equation number 4. So you can see that here this much quantity can be replaced by this, and here this much quantity can be replaced by this. So you will get the equation which is reduced into the homogeneous differential equation with the constant coefficient. So let us do few questions on it, and then we will end this lecture. So example 1, solve the differential equation 2x plus 1 whole square y double dash plus 2x plus 1 y dash plus y equal to 0. Call this as equation number 1. Now how can you solve it? You can see that it is similar to this. Here a naught is 1, a1 is 1, and a2 is 1, and a is 2. Okay, so how can we solve? Put 2x plus 1 is equal to e to the power z. Okay, I'll call this as equation number 2, and this implies that z is equal to ln 2x plus 1. So now ultimately applying the same methodology, what we will get? We will get 2x plus 1 dy by dx is equal to 2 dy by dz, and 2x plus 1 whole square d square y by dx square is equal to a square. A is equal to 2. So we will get 4, that is 2 square d square y by dz square minus dy by dz. Now I'll apply this equation number 3 and 4 in my equation number 1. So I'll apply this equation number 3 and equation number 4 in equation number 1. So what will I get? I'll get 4 d square y by dz square minus dy by dz plus 2 dy by dz plus y equal to 0, and this implies that 4 d square y by dz square minus 2 dy by dz plus y equal to 0. So now you can see that our question is converted into the question with constant coefficient from the question with the variable coefficient. Here the coefficients were the function of x, and here we have converted this into the question of the constant coefficient with the help of this substitution. So how can we solve this type of question? We can find out the auxiliary equation. So auxiliary equation will be 4m square minus 2m plus 1 equal to 0, and this implies that m is equal to 1 by 4 plus minus under root 3 by 4 iota. So therefore what will be our yg? It comes under case 3. So it will be e to the power 1 by 4 z, okay, because now we are in z variable. So here we are putting out z into what? C1 cos of imaginary part. Okay, so this by 4 iota z. So this will be under root 3 by 4 z plus C2 cos of under root 3 by 4 z. Okay, so finally putting or substituting the values of this z into x, our final solution will be yg equal to 2x plus 1 to the power 1 by 4 c1 cos of under root 3 by 4 plus c2 sine of under root 3 by 4 ln of 2x plus 1. So this will be our final solution for the given differential equation. Now we will do last example on this. This is solve the differential equation 3x plus 1 y double dash plus 6y dash equal to 0. I'll call this as equation number 1. Now you can see that now not in the form of Cauchy-Euler differential equation, because here it should be square and here the same coefficient must be multiplied 1 times. So how can we make into the form of Cauchy-Euler? If we multiply the entire equation by 3x plus 1. So I will write 1 can be written as 3x plus 1 whole square y double dash plus 6 3x plus 1 y dash equal to 0. Now it is in the form of Cauchy-Euler, okay, which is a Cauchy-Euler form, correct. Now how will you solve it? Put 3x plus 1 equal to e to the power z. So if you put this, what will happen? You will get 3x plus 1 dy by dx is equal to 3 dy by dz. call this as equation number 2, and 3x plus 1 whole square d square y by d x square will be changed into this. This is my equation number 3. Okay, I have used equation number 2 earlier, so this is my 3, and this will be my equation number 4. Now putting 3 and 4 in equation number 2, what we are getting? We are getting 9y this. So this implies that our equation reduces into the homogeneous second order differential equation with constant coefficient. Now if you want to solve this, how will you solve? You have to find out the auxiliary equation. So the auxiliary equation is, I'll call this as equation number 5. For equation 5 is m square plus m equal to 0. So this is m plus 1 equal to 0, and this imply m is equal to 0 and minus of 1, and you can see that this is real and distinct, so it lies under case 1, and therefore the yg will be equal to c1 e to the power 0z plus c2 e to the power minus z. Now again, what you have to do, you have to change this z into the x variable. So finally your yg will be becoming, so this will be your final solution for the given differential equation. So I am just writing out 3 questions to try. I hope after watching this video you will be able to solve all these 3 questions. So answer for this is y equal to c1 plus c2 into x to the power minus 3y, and the question number 2 is, so the answer for this question is, and the third question is, and the answer for this question is c1 plus c2 x plus 1. So I hope you can solve all these questions after watching this video. I'll end my lecture 8 over here. Thank you.